I'm looking at my bankroll right now and saying, damn to myself, because I've been getting cooked the last 2 weeks, both NFL, both college football. And I think I know the way to get myself back. Actually, I do know the way to get myself back. Here's the formula. Let me show you how. My second best bet, Georgia Tech and Louisville. Now, this line had me kind of thinking, like, what is going on that Louisville is a minus 10.5 favorite here? So I had to go do some research and do some digging. We all know about Georgia Tech. They opened the season beating Florida State, but we all know how bad Florida State is. So how much do we weigh that win? And then you go on the other side. Louisville has all these great numbers in terms of offensive production. Now, they've always been good kind of offensively, but offensive production per the quality of opponent they have. They haven't faced anybody really in Louisville. I mean, they've beaten people 53 to like 3 and all that, kind of crazy stuff. So I was like, okay, but what's the history of this matchup? They've only played 3 times, and Georgia Tech is up 2-1. Last 2 games they played in 23-20 seasons. It was in a neutral field in Atlanta, Georgia, and in 2018 they played in Louisville, 31-66, Georgia Tech. But the one thing I'm looking at, all these games are scoring well over the 50s to the 60s. And I think that's where we're going to get in this game. I think we're going to get a lot of scoring in this game. I like the over in this game. And when I look back at the Georgia Tech game, that they've been playing some good games and they played close. You just mentioned them with was that Illinois and McCord. He went off against this Georgia Tech defense. He had almost, I think, 400 yards passing, almost 4 touchdowns, no picks. And looking back at this Georgia Tech defense against, some passing offense, they're giving up a lot. They're ranked bottom half. I think it was 123 and pass defense. I think that Louisville is going to be able to score here. I think that's why the line's here. I like that. I think Georgia Tech is probably in the bookman's line, not as good as they seem, but I can't lay the 10.5. I don't like the hook with the double-digit points because I think Georgia Tech's offense is seemingly good. But the best defense they face on their schedule is Florida State, which ain't saying much. So I really like Louisville here. I was debating between Louisville and the team total over with Louisville, but it was really high at over 30. I think it was like 33.5. So I'm going with the over. If it does go in that range, I'm thinking this game with 10-point spread, I think we're talking about 35-24, maybe 35-28 on a late score. I do think Louisville probably scores more than 30 points, but just in case Georgia Tech wants to show up, I think Georgia Tech will be able to score points. Give me the over. It's trending that way. It opened up, I believe, at 56.5, so I missed probably a better number, but I still like this 57.5. Give me the over, 57.5, Georgia Tech, Louisville.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I didn't even see that. I missed that. Yeah, they both teams should probably put up some points there. Definitely get in the 20s. I think that brings you right home later in the fourth quarter to get over that. So, I mean, obviously, we all love an easy, quick, early on, back and forth first half, right? It'd be up there 17-17, 24-17 early. Then you can kind of cruise to the cover. But I like that. I did write that down as a star to take a look at for sure.
Yeah. And those are my college bets. I'm not asking Humble, hey, what you think about this? What you think about that?
Yeah.
Those are my 2 best college bets. Keeping it simple this week.